20 minutes, sir. Please stick on to the time. So,
I'll try to complete in 20 minutes. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman and Co-Chairman Rapporteurs. Very good evening to everyone. So I'll be talking about, though I'm a nutritionist, of the corporate declared by VII 2017. So the majority is genetics, but supported by all other factors. The challenge in front of us, then problems and losses that we have identified all along the course of 3 decades of being a meteorologist with the poultry, and then the options in front of us, attempts and mitigating efforts which have successfully done. First one is basic data. See, this is a table. I would not want to be this in the souvenir, but only thing, now the improved layers, it is mentioned in millions. You see, the number of birds are in India are 430 million and producing about 82 billion eggs every year, which is nothing but 146 billion eggs. Sorry, the number of improved layers in Namakkal alone is 8.2 crores, 82 million, and number of eggs in India that is being produced is 146 billion, and the number of broiler birds in millions are 6,000, which is slightly making up 8 kgs per capita. So what is an efficiency of modern layer? This table can tell you now it is fastly changing. It is initially when I joined in the years like late 1980s and 1990s, it was the efficiency at 310x in 52 weeks of its productive cycle. Whereas in 2000 and even recently, it has touched 340. And instead of increasing the number of eggs in a year, the The three things which would be causing problem for intensive poultry: availability of corn and soybean meal, processing facilities to store production, clean environment, and lastly, he mentioned environmental issues. This point is most on any given day, it may be even 7 or 8 degrees. Some cities in India have touched even 52. So just imagine what would be the situation for the open shaded or even closed environmentally grown birds. And the rainfall, I would say, with the data gathered from Namakkal, initial 15 years has been excessive rainfall, starting from 1985 to 1998. Later, when we started recording cleanly, we have realized that the rainfall total quantity has coming down. This is the table which is telling us from an average of 926 mm to about 740 in the last 20-21 years. This indicates the rainfall is going down, which is causing another problem in the quantum of the water available for the birds and quality of the water. And the relative humidity initially between 1994 to 2004 and 5 has been stable with about say 55 to 60, whereas in the last 10 to 12 years it has come down to 40, 42, dry, causing the problem aggravating. And this is the thermal neutral zone. We all know this is the thermal neutral zone for animals, and within the thermal neutral zone, animals will perform the best. But this is not the case in tropical countries. And the important thing, the first limiting nutrient is energy. The same energy should be utilized very efficiently. When the temperature is very low, it is utilized in a better manner. When the temperature is very high, it is not utilized perfectly, and the release becomes a loss we encounter in Namakkal. You can see when the birds are not grown to the uniformity of 90+%, and if there is any underweighing when they are transferred to laying, then the increase in the temperature or any stress of eggs. Every egg in a tray of 30 should be uniform. Ditto. Then only it can be sold at the very good price. Otherwise, the price will go down and cause a big havoc. So this is another big challenge. It's all related to meteorology. Then the shell quality. Then dirty eggs is another critical factor in Namakkal and everywhere. Dirty eggs are increasing in numbers, and this is causing a big problem in marketing. Then another meteorological relationship with the water consumption is very, very critical. You see, at a convenient temperature of 22 degrees Celsius, the water intake per bird per day is around 210, which is equally divided into water loss through manure as 85 ml, through egg 50, and through respiration 75. But see, at 35 degrees Celsius, when the temperature reaches beyond even that, then the water intake should be 350. It has to be necessarily twice the normal water intake. Otherwise, the bird is deprived of water, then the energy is not removed efficiently. It may even pant and die, apart from the heavy loss in egg production. And we had an experience in 2019 that during the beginning of sudden onset of summer in the month of February and March in Namakkal, we have encountered huge mortality in the birds. This is the problems and losses we have encountered, seriously encountering even today, and what are the options, attempts and mitigating efforts in front of us. You see, there is the old technique of fogging, and the fogging pattern changes very frequently every year. Design changes, efficiency changes, so that quickly within a minute the temperature drops down by 5 to 7 degrees Celsius. So this is efficiency and advancement in the fogging. You can see the fogging type is changing like this in a cross manner, so that every area is covered, and this is repeatedly done, not continuously. Every 20 minutes it will be done for 2 or 3 minutes, so that temperature comes down and makes the bird comfortable. So this is one mitigating. Then there is another attempt, that is fogging as well as fanning. This is being done in breeder birds. Then this is simply a broiler setup in a small farm, where the farmer is trying to cool the water in the tank itself. A successful method to overcome the heating of the water along the pipeline has been developed in Namakkal area by us for both the broilers and layers, which was found to yield encouraging results. It is nothing but the situation is very clear. The shed is very long. The pipeline gets heated up by 11 o'clock in the morning, and no birds are drinking the water because the temperature is around 27, 28, even 30. So how to cool them? Some people would say put ices in the tank. That is not possible. Ice is a costly commodity, and for birds like 1 lakh birds or 10 lakh birds, we cannot do that continuously. So there is a way of doing that, because in the pipeline the water is stagnant and gets heated up. So if you just allow the water to flow continuously, it never gets hotted up. So it is a continuous flow system. So which we have tried, and a farmer has successfully done it in 2019, and now 50% of the farmers in Namakkal, even in other areas in India, are following this continuous water system between morning 11 to critically evening 7 or 8 o'clock. The water, if it continuously goes up, then normal water is consumed, normal feed is consumed, and production returns to the normalcy. And that water which is recycled can be again recycled for drinking, or maybe used for some other purposes like agriculture. So that way we could reduce the mortality first, this pattern. From about 70 birds on a day one, we could reduce it to single digit, which is very normal as per the bookish standard. So that way, that farm saved that year, 2019 alone, about 15.8 lakhs from avoiding the mortality. If it is extrapolated to the entire Tamil Nadu, which is having 80 million birds, which could be running to nearly 70 crores. So this is an astonishing figure, and farmers have been adapting that, and we are trying to give it the technology to other states also. So this is the modern farm, poultry farm in Namakkal, with all the facilities which I have listed. And the final, like our artificial intelligence, the final solution is only the EC shed, environmentally controlled shed, and that is also coming up for at least broilers now, and in future, in recent times, they are trying for even layers also. So to wrap it up fastly, I can say the techniques and facilities which I have garnered during the last 3 decades being a meteorologist, these are the things that are needed for a farm to stay back on its production and reduce the mortality. They need to have a mini observatory, meteorological observatory, very typically like rainfall, temperature continuously monitoring, humidity, wind speed, and even wind direction. Apart from any other meteorological parameters they are interested in. Then the weather scenarios are being documented by us, and they can be shared with them. And temperature reduction techniques, I told you, the sprinklers, foggers, fans, simple covers during the cold shock. Then continuous water flow system I explained to you. Then more importantly, along with that, there are hundreds of nutritional interventions for covering the high in temperature or low in temperature. I have listed them. Then wind control systems, high wind. Sometimes in southwest monsoon, the wind reaches even up to 40 kilometers per hour. So every particle of importance, dust particles, feed particles, they are escaping, and it unnecessarily results in 5 to 7 grams of feed loss per day per head. Then moisture control in feeds and feed ingredients, thereby the mycotoxins. Ingredient analytical data we should have, and then apply that on the formulation to avoid occurrence of mycotoxins during the monsoon where the wind and everything is unfavorable for the ingredients. Then expertise in poultry operations at farm level should always be available 24 hours. And then the environmentally controlled sheds are the final solution, which is coming up in India now. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for completing your talk well before the allotted time. I think we'll take up your discussion at 11 and other speakers complete their presentation. And please take it, sir. I think after those speakers complete, we will take up the.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
I invite the speaker of this session.